Disney World resorts are expensive. So when I recommend one, I'm not just asking, is the room nice? I'm also asking, does the resort give me value for my money? So today we are handing out the Carousel of Douglas Best Resort Awards, and those go to the best budget pick, the best for families, the best Disney vibe, and the best location value. And there's some runner-ups that may surprise you. I'm going to be honest with you, this is not an objective best Disney resort list because Disney resort opinions get very subjective very fast. This list is about the hotels that I would 100% tell you to go to given certain criteria. These are places that have good food experiences, good cast members, great services, and the amenities match the price value. Anyway, so let's get into it. Here come my awards. Okay, we're going to go with our very first award, and that is the best budget pick. And we are going to go with a very specific hotel, All-Star Music. And I'm going with All-Star Music because, yes, there are 3 All-Star resorts. First off, I'm going to tell you that All-Star Sports is where a lot of the cheerleaders stay. And whenever there's a sports team, they almost always go there. All-Star Music, very weirdly, is very rarely used as that resort that everyone goes to. It's usually kind of reserved for the one that the families go to. It actually, in my opinion, has some of the best pools of all the All-Star resorts. I feel like they're a little bit wider, a little bit deeper, just something different about those pools. And I also like the food court at All-Star Music. And, of course, you get your Disney transportation access with your doubled buses with that cool accordion in the middle. I will also say that the rooms at All-Star Music are simple. I have a review of an All-Star Music room. All of the All-Star resorts pretty much have the same rooms, but All-Star Music has one extra thing. They have the family suites. So those family suites make a big deal. Those can sleep up to 6, and you have a little bit of a separation for mom and dad, and the other 2 beds fold down just like the regular room, but you have that extra space for mom and dad to get some sleep. Now, the runner-up for the best value is not in the budget or the value resorts. It is actually, in my opinion, Gran Destino Tower. Now, Gran Destino Tower is meant for businesses and business meetings. And so one of the reasons why it didn't win for the best budget hotel is because you actually have to search for the theming in that hotel. And it's also just bus transportation. So you're getting a lot of deluxe amenities, including a fitness center, which is not in any other moderate resort. You're getting a fitness center, but you're getting a cool room. You're getting a cool restaurant at the top with a lounge at the top of that hotel, and you can see a whole bunch of fireworks from, but not really close up. But you have to kind of search for the Disney theming, so if that's what you're looking for. Oh yeah, you also have to contend with a lot of business conference people being there too. So if you want to go to Disney on a budget and not be bothered by it, All-Star Music is definitely the way to go. If you want to go to a Disney hotel and you are looking for deluxe amenities but not a deluxe price, Gran Destino Tower. Okay, we're going to get into our next category. Next category is best for families, and this is very simple for me. I don't even really have to think about it. It's the Port Orleans resort area, and that includes Riverside and French Quarter. I lump them together. I know technically they are not together, but generally the prices are the same. Port Orleans wins because it balances family practicality with really good resort Disney theming. Look, I'm going to tell you this also, that Port Orleans, Riverside, and Port Orleans French Quarter really operate like sister resorts. They both get the boats. You either stop at French Quarter, you stop at Riverside. If you are looking to get on a bus faster, you can just easily walk over to French Quarter. It's not like walking around Caribbean Beach, which is just massive. It is actually like easy to get between the two. You can get beignets at French Quarter, or you can come over and ride the horse rides or see Yeehaw Bob at Port Orleans Riverside. And so the two of them I really feel are like sister resorts. So I always have in my mind lumped them together. If you want it quieter, go to French Quarter. If you want a princess room, go to Riverside. So there's a lot of really good options that go on with that hotel. It also has a sit-down restaurant, and there's a jazz club at French Quarter, and then there's boat rides over at Riverside. So there's a lot of great things. Oh, and one more thing, they have horse-drawn carriage rides you can reserve there. Pretty cool. I'd also add that boat ride that you can take to Disney Springs really does add to it. You can check out a really good room tour I did of the Alligator Bayou rooms over at Port Orleans Riverside. That's also available on the channel, so if you want to see how the rooms work, they can sleep up to 5, which is great. One of the things that you also need to consider over at Port Orleans Riverside and French Quarter are the pools. Old Man Island is incredible. It's huge. It's got lots of space. It's got lots of chairs for you to sit in while your kids play, or for you to sit in, or if you don't have kids, if you want to just go and chill out, they have a great hot tub too, as well as the fact that French Quarter also has a pool and hot tub that you are allowed to access. Now, for this category, I will say that the runner-up is pretty obvious. It is Art of Animation. Now, Art of Animation gets that runner-up category for a couple reasons. First off, it has Skyliner access, which is really, really awesome. A little bit difficult to use in the morning because everyone starts trying to use it, but after the Skyliner access, it has a lot of family suites. Now, therein lies the problem. Art of Animation calls itself a value resort, but then charges you well into the moderate level resort prices for the rooms. Even the rooms that are not family suites, you're going to pay extra for. And I don't think the only real increase in amenity there is the Skyliner. And I don't think having access to the Skyliner really gives up the price. So that's why, yes, it's great for families and you can have a great time there, but the Skyliner doesn't add the cost to the rooms that they add just because it has family suites. And it does have some regular rooms, but I don't think it adds that much enough value that they can raise the price into moderate and then still call it a value. I will be honest though, Art of Animation is probably the easiest resort for a family to understand, but Port Orleans is more like a place that you would be able to live at for a week. Okay, this one was actually a little bit of a challenge to come up with, but I'm gonna go with the best Disney vibe. The next category, best Disney vibe. That means everything about it says Disney. And for me, it's Disney's Polynesian Village. It's amazing. So I'm going to be honest here. The Polynesian is way expensive. First off, the rooms are huge because it's one of the original resorts, and so they have lots of space. It's got some history. I mean, John Lennon broke up the Beatles there, if you didn't know that. And on top of that, it's one of the originals in the entire park. And you have fireworks that are easy to see. They pump the music in. It's got Ohana, one of the most popular restaurants. It's got Tambu Lounge, one of the most popular lounges. And it's got Captain Cook's with that famous Tonga toast. It also has a themed bar in Trader Sam's. So there's all kinds of things. And on top of that, you can walk to the Transportation and Ticket Center to get to Epcot, or you can get on a monorail and go to Magic Kingdom. And so the monorail is so iconic in the Disney lore. And then on top of that, this hotel was partially designed by Disney himself. So it's such a really great vibe. It just basically says Disney. Now, I'm going to pick another one for the runner-up that might surprise you. And the surprising part is that it's a value resort. And the other one I think has the best Disney vibes is actually All-Star Movies. You remember what I said before about All-Star Music being my favorite for budget? Well, All-Star Movies, the reason why I didn't make the budget list is because it's got such iconic, giant references to Disney movies, and it's just so, it's like, it screams Disney. But on top of that, it's a good value for what you get, and you get that, your kids definitely come in and be like, oh, Disney, like that's what they will do. And the reason why also All-Star Movies is also not one of my first picks is that for some reason, that's the one that they put all the marching bands in. Cheerleaders and sports teams go to sports, no surprise, but all the marching bands end up in movies, which I've never been able to understand. And you'd think they'd go to music, but it's probably because of the family suites over there at music. But there are some trade-offs for trying to stay at All-Star Movies, but I will say that with those giant statues of Disney characters and things, that's why All-Star Movies is the other Disney vibe. The Polynesian is the Disney vibe when you're going to do your dream version. All-Star Movies is the Disney vibe with the colorful, joyful version, just not paying monorail resort prices. Okay, we've come to my final category. That is Disney location value. The problem here is that there's a lot of really great resorts, and some of them take forever to get places. Animal Kingdom Lodge did not make the list at all because it takes forever to get to every single park from there. It is a beautiful, amazing, and I will stay there again resort. However, I don't really care about getting to the park that quickly. You might. And I will tell you that you wait on those buses forever. They take forever to get to places. It's all bus. So that's why like places like Animal Kingdom doesn't make the list. However, for this list, the best location to be on resort is, in my opinion, the BoardWalk Villas. Yes, the BoardWalk Inn is the hotel side, but I usually say the BoardWalk Villas, so I'm going to say the BoardWalk Villas. And here's why. You can easily walk to Epcot. You can easily walk to the Skyliner. You can also, with a little bit of more length, walk to Hollywood Studios. The access to two parks by foot in a very easy way, or just hop on the Skyliner, is just incredible. And then on top of that, it has good nightlife at night. So now you're at a location that once you get home, if you needed to go to, say, to Abracadabar and get a drink, you can do that. Or if you want to get your kids a corn dog at the corn dog station, you can do that. It's got a really good location, and you're not paying beach club prices. Beach Club and Yacht Club are great resorts, but you pay way more for them than you do at BoardWalk, which is why BoardWalk, in my opinion, wins for being at the best location. Now, the runner-up for this category is easily the Contemporary. And I chose the Contemporary because the Contemporary Resort has walking to Magic Kingdom, or you could hop on the monorail and take the monorail over to Epcot at the TTC. But you pay exorbitant prices to stay at that hotel. And and here's the thing, if you get one of those garden view rooms, you don't even get the vibe of that A-frame if you end up in one of those rooms, and you could end up easily in one of those. It's like the standard view room could put you in one of those garden view rooms, and you're basically in a smaller version of a hotel that's off to the side. So the Contemporary is stunning. In fact, I've only had the opportunity to stay there for one night, and I got to stay over actually at Bay Lake Tower. I still haven't stayed in the A-frame part of Contemporary, and I will say that its location is fantastic. That walking to Magic Kingdom or getting on the monorail to Epcot is great, but you pay an exorbitant price with a chance that you could get stuck in a kind of not so awesome room. So that's why it doesn't quite win, because it still needs to have those other amenities that makes it a great hotel. So I'll be honest, the Contemporary could win if Magic Kingdom is your entire trip. But BoardWalk Villas, it wins hands down if you want an overall Disney trip. So those are our Carousel of Douglas Resort Awards. Hope you've enjoyed the list. Again, it was all-star music for the best budget pick. And then you have Port Orleans, Riverside, and French Quarter for the best for families. And then you have your best Disney vibe at the Polynesian Resort. And followed by our best location value at the BoardWalk Villas or the BoardWalk Inn. Look, I'm fully aware these are not the only great Disney resorts, and there are going to be people who are going to disagree with me. So tell me, what are the selections that you would make? What's your favorite budget? What's your favorite Disney vibe? What's your favorite for families? What's your favorite for the location? Tell me all down in the comments below. We can have a wild debate. I'd love to have your debate in my comments because it might help somebody else. But I will say that these are the ones that I can recommend because they are consistently good on their amenities, consistently good on their service, and they have that just little extra push that pushes them into those special categories. So, hope you've enjoyed the list. We've enjoyed having you here too. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe. We'd love to have you joining us on a regular basis. And like we always say, we don't like to say goodbye because we're going to see you real soon. So we say, see you bye. By the way, did you know that the Contemporary is where Nixon said, "I am not a crook"?